What's wrong with this video? Have you spotted it yet? Ah, that's much better. As you may have noticed, the color grading was all out of whack before. One of the common mistakes I see on YouTube and other types of online media is bad color grading. Even we've been guilty of over or under color grading our videos in the past and even photos. If you're finding that you just can't get your color grading to look right, there is a big chance that it's your monitor that's holding you back. This is why it's super important to A, invest in a good quality monitor with a wide color gamut and good color accuracy, and B, to color calibrate your monitor to get it as color accurate as possible before you start editing, so that you don't end up with Trump looking skin like I have right now. Luckily, using something like the Datacolor Spyder X Pro, color calibrating your monitor is a simple and easy process that anyone can do. So let's find out how right after that intro. Firstly, a big thank you to Datacolor who sent us one of these, the Spyder X Pro, to review. This is not a paid or sponsored video in any way, but they did send us one of these for free to check out. So if you're watching Datacolor, many thanks. So why exactly would you want one of these? Essentially, if you are doing any kind of creative work that requires color accuracy, you're a photographer, a graphic designer, digital artist, or an illustrator, and of course a video editor as well, or a content creator in general, you already know how important it is to color correct and color grade your work to ensure your colors are as accurate and as close to the industry standard as possible. You can spend thousands, and I literally do mean thousands, for high-end color accurate displays that are factory calibrated, as unfortunately most monitors and screens on laptops are designed more for media consumption rather than media creation. You probably have noticed that a video on your laptop, to your TV, to your computer, to a monitor or a smartphone all look very different in terms of the color grade, as all displays have different color characteristics as well as vary in quality too. This is why it's not ideal to start color grading videos or do any kind of professional work where color accuracy is important, unless you at the very least color calibrate it so that your colors, brightness, saturation, white balance, etc. are as close to industry standards as possible, giving you the best possible starting point. Now, in the past, you could try to do this yourself by eyeballing it and adjusting it manually. Most displays have settings that you can adjust, but this isn't very practical as our eyes are not all that reliable. We all perceive colors and brightness differently, unfortunately. If you own a popular monitor or device, you could also try downloading custom profiles that have been specifically made for your display, so that you can get color accurate work. But again, even the same models of monitors or devices can have slight variances right out of the box. Thankfully, we do have devices like the Spyder X Pro that does this for you, and I'm going to show you just how easy it makes the whole process. Using something like this allows the device and software to set your monitor's white balance, brightness, contrast, and colors automatically. You can actually do this, I would say, once a month or so, as over time your monitor does slightly change in terms of its color, reproduction, and temperature, so it's a great device to have so that you can continuously over the lifespan of your device ensure it is calibrated. So, since it's not a very long process to do, I'm going to calibrate my GL850 monitor and my XPS 15 to show you how simple and easy it is to do it. So let's get started. So now we have the Datacolor website up, and this is where you have to download the software. You have it here for macOS and Windows as well, so I'm just going to quickly install it. Okay, so the first thing that you will want to do is to plug in your Spyder X. So it just comes with a simple USB. Let's plug it into the back. So this software pretty much takes you through the whole process step by step. It tells you all the things that you have to do before you even start, like warming up your display for about half an hour before you start your calibration. You also want to make sure that you have no intense light coming onto your screen, because what the Spyder X does is it has a light sensor right at the front, and it will actually measure the ambient light in your room and tell you an appropriate brightness for your display so that it's balanced with what is in the room, so that you won't overexpose or underexpose your photos or video. So now that we have our Spyder X plugged in and the device set up for our calibration, let's hit next. So the first thing the software asks you to do is to identify your display. Now, a lot of you may not know what kind of display you have, but you can just Google the model number of your display or your laptop and try and find out. You'll most likely be able to find it. So this is a wide color gamut monitor, so I'm just going to leave that alone and press next. So today I want to do a full calibration. So these are my target settings. This is pretty much the industry standard, and this is what you want your display to be at. So let's hit next. So let's just follow the instructions, place the Spyder X on the desk. So what this is doing right now is reading the amount of light in the room. At the moment it's telling me that it's very high and is going to recommend me an appropriate brightness for my display at the end of the calibration. So now what you want to do is actually just pull this over the cable, because you want to use this as a counterweight for your Spyder X, and just place it over the screen. So what you want to do is place it right here where the software is telling you. Make sure that it's sitting all nicely against your display, and let's hit next. So this is pretty much what's going to happen for about 2 minutes. At this point, it's also going to ask you to adjust your brightness, and every time you adjust it, you hit update until you can reach the target of 200. It's a bit off by 1, but that's okay. And so I'm going to hit continue. So as you can see, this is pretty easy and simple calibration. It doesn't require much knowledge. You can pretty much go and make yourself a cup of coffee at this point, and when you come back, you'll have a ready to go display for your work. So after about 2 minutes, the process is finished. So let's remove the Spyder X now, so it's not blocking our view. So what you can do now is name your profile. So let's call this evening. And you can also set a reminder, so it will remind you in like 1 month time or more, depending on what you prefer, to actually do this, because it's so easy to just forget about this. Right, so let's click save and hit next. So now we can actually see and preview what the display looked like before and what it looks like after. So you can see that it looks so much less contrasty, it's so much warmer, and the whites are coming through a lot better than before. Okay, so there you have it. That's pretty much how simple it is to calibrate your monitor with the Spyder X Pro. So let's get back to our review. Price-wise, you can pick up a Spyder X Pro for about £159. This price point is actually kind of on the more budget-friendly side when you compare the Spyder X Pro to some of the other calibrators out there, as they can even be double the price of this one. So now both our PC monitor, the LG G850, and their screen on the XPS 15 are color calibrated. Both are looking much warmer than before. One thing I have noticed is that a lot of the screens come out of the factory looking quite cold and quite blue. Now they're both looking much better, so now we have a much better and much more accurate blank canvas to edit our photos and videos. So should you buy one of these? Quite honestly, if you are doing any kind of color accurate work, whether it's with photos, video, art and illustration, graphic design, you are doing yourself a disservice by not color calibrating, so I would highly recommend doing so. The Spyder X does it all for you, is really easy and convenient to use, and at a pretty good value as well. So it's definitely getting a thumbs up from me. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed our review of the Spyder X Pro. Let us know in the comment section below if this is something you would be interested in, and also if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down there as well, and we'll be happy to answer them. So if you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe for more. And don't forget to check out our Instagram and Facebook pages as well to see more of our work, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye!